p.m. Eastern Time, different live free picks for today's action. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. We want you guys live with us. Get our picks in real time, get the best numbers, and participate in our chat room as well as over in our Discord where the conversation continues. You find that link in our live chat box right now. Make note of a few things. Our promo code, you can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, get signed up. Always love to hear from you guys. You're welcome to post your picks in the comments below. And pay a visit to our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We're a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers, get signed up to our long-term passes. You'll see Ramon Scott top the leaderboard for the year, over 7,200 units for 2023. Outstanding performance from Ramon. That's based on a 100-unit wager. Ralph Raymond with a great year as well. Hollywood Sam up there. Ramon Scott, hottest capper last 30 days. Close second is Ralph Raymond. Pravi has been hot. You can see him last 30 days. Pravi here the last 7 days. And of course, Nick coming off a monster performance yesterday. And Collins. Seeing Collins top the leaderboards as well. Doing fine work. And of course, steady Joshua Pope just keeps putting his 2 plays in. 1 play here, 2 plays there. But steady performer. You can see good results here for one of our newest cappers. Hope to get him on camera soon. He did tell us he would come on camera after the NCAA tournament. So it's been about a little month now. So we need to get our GM on top of this, get the cappers on a little bit more. He's the one driving this. So we'll see what we can do. All right, today, no media with us today. So go ahead and welcome in Ramon Scott. You catch him over at Tony'sPicks.com doing fine work up there. Let's bring him. You see the top of the leaderboard. Ramon, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good, Tony. A lot of baseball today. Watching soccer game getting underway, and should be a good one tonight. For today, got a lot of day games left, and of course, big action in the playoffs tonight.
Yes, lots of action here. Lots of possible elimination games here tonight. So we'll see how this NBA starts a little down. But as we do that, I was noticing WNBA is not too far away, so we're ready for a transition soon. But tonight, Ramon, we go here to the American League action in the Central here as the White Sox continue their series against the Royals. In this one, looks like Lance Lynn on the hill trying to get right to face Brad Keller. Royals favorite here, minus 135. Total sits at 9.
Yeah, Tony, we did not receive any money from Major League Baseball or the Royals or the White Sox to promote this game tonight. I just picked it. Anyways, the cellar dwellers of the division, the White Sox and the Royals. But maybe we could have some fun with this one. Maybe we'll have some more offense with these 2 teams of late. We got some, guys on the mound who haven't been exactly sharp. Keller coming off his worst performance of the season. He is 2-3 with a 4.67 ERA is Brad Keller so far. And the Royals are 3-4 with Brad Keller on the mound. Like I said, he did have his worst start of the year, but still got an ERA over 2 runs better than the White Sox's Lance Lynn. We saw him at the World Baseball Classic, and so far this season he has looked anything but world class. 1-4 with a 6.86 earned run average so far this season for Lance Lynn. Tony, something might be wrong with Lynn the way these numbers are looking. Also just 1-3 with a 6.56 ERA in his last 4 starts, so hasn't gotten any better, hasn't improved at all. He's got a FIP of 5. I guess he's going to improve a little bit, Tony. The law of averages would say anybody should. He's got a 1.52 whip as well. He's allowing 2.1 home runs per 9 innings. White Sox just 7 and 14 overall on the road. They did win last night's ball game here against Kansas City, 4-2. Although the Royals won the series opener 12-5. Get this, Tony. So far in May, now we've only been through 9 days. It's 1/3 of the month, but the Royals are averaging over 7 runs per game so far in May. The offense has come through. I've touted them all year, saying these guys have to be better than this. With their top of the lineup, their young star, starting to pick it up, no doubt about it, is Bobby Witt Jr. on this homestand of 7 games, hitting .303 with a couple of home runs off of Lynn in his career, but hitting well of late. He's also 3 for 9 off of Lynn. Want to mention Vinny Pasquantino as well. 9 RBIs on this homestand. He's homered off of Lynn in his career. He's hitting 313 on this homestand. Sally Perez, he's got a couple of home runs off of Lance Lynn, 7 for 25 in his career. And Prado's been hot since he's gotten the call up, and he's hitting 389 since he's been called up to the major leagues. He's also 4 for 8 against Lance Lynn. So I think the Royals, against a bad team, can pick up a win. We've seen their lineup today. It's Witt, Vinny, Sally, Melendez, Olivares, Prado, Duffy, Massey, and I believe Eaton. I did see one report. I might have been a stray report, but I think it's Eaton there in the number 9 slot. The White Sox, bad bullpens, Tony. 2 of the worst team bullpens here, 2 of the bottom 5. But the Royals have been a whole run better than the White Sox. 5.24 ERA compared to the White Sox 6.37 earned run average. Now, one thing these two teams do not do well is they have no patience at the plate. Both of them near the bottom of the league in walks. Can't argue the White Sox might put up some runs given Keller's numbers, but I just think Kansas City will be a little bit better here. White Sox with a team ERA overall 5.7, and this lineup against Keller is some experience, certainly. Just 22 for 100 plate appearances, actually, so less than a 200 batting average against Keller. The expected lineup today, including some guys who actually are kind of starting to get hot. Luis Robert is finally showing what we're expecting from him ever since he got shifted a little bit in the lineup to the 3-hole. He's really started to spark a little bit. But Tim Anderson, 9 for 38, rather okay against Keller, but Grandal, he might be in there, 1 for 13 in his career against Keller. Vaughn and Robert did hit home runs last night. Vaughn's got 4 home runs now and 28 RBIs. So White Sox kind of picking it up. Mindy and I did comment on this game about taking the over in this one. Was one of our consensus plays, and the way we've seen all these Royal games, there's some volatility expected here, Tony. I'll still take the Royals tonight as a free play to beat the White Sox. Probably in a slugfest, in a wild one. Both teams may lead by multiple runs at this point. We'll mention, Tony, the White Sox did have a 3-game winning streak earlier this season. That's the only time this season they've actually won consecutive games. Every other time they've won, they've come back and lost the next game. They did win last night's game 4-2. I'll take the Royals here. In the absence of Mindy today, go Royals over the White Sox.
All right, Ramon says go Royals here, plus 125. I think we've got a 3-way consensus there on the over because I just see runs. Dealing with 2 pitchers in questionable form, 2 bullpens that are bad. I know Keller's had some issues here facing the White Sox over in his past. So, and then Lynn, of course, is just can't figure it out. Interesting with Lynn, you got that 29% strikeout rate. You think at some point it's going to work for him, but it just hasn't come through.
Yeah, and that's been really puzzling, right? Remember, he did have just a little bit of issue before the season, health-wise, and after the World Baseball Classic and everything. So that certainly is something that maybe is still an issue. I mean, he should project well here, but it just hasn't worked out for him so far this season. And certainly, giving up the long ball. Got the top of the lineup. Those guys have 5 career long balls against Lance Lynn. So until we see further for Lynn, it just doesn't look like it's been a good start, a good acquisition, if you will, for the White Sox anyway. So you should turn it around, but haven't seen anything that would indicate at this point that he's ready to do so here. And Keller, I do kind of expect to bounce back. Only these numbers, considering, well, this matchup anyway, are horrible with a 4.67 ERA. And like I said, Kansas City, a team that doesn't have a lot of wins this year, just 10 so far. The White Sox just 13, but Keller's been on the mound for 3 of those 10 wins. So maybe he keeps them in there at home, or has a better performance at home after his worst start of the season last time out. So just heavy volatility, and I've got a pretty decent price here. So let me take the Royals.
All right, Ramon here on the Royals, plus 125 against the White Sox. This one will have a start time here of 7:40 Eastern time. One of the few games we have today going on in prime time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. As we see here, fantastic results here from Ramon. Ramon right here is sitting here at 7,233 units of profit for 2023. There's all documented over at Tony's Picks. You go to Ramon's handicapper page, go down to Picks History. You'll see all the plays there, all documented. All right, Ramon, we still have afternoon baseball, some prime time as well, some big hockey and NBA games. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, Tony, treading. I'm a little nervous here with the baseball card. I'm hoping to get something together for the late card, but man, I'm treading lightly with some of these matchups today. Got a 3-pack though tonight in playoff sports, and that's where I'm focused at this point. 2 plays from the NBA, one in the NHL, picking up the $30 over at Tony'sPicks.com. That's my featured pack of the day right now, Tony, in the playoffs. So let's sell this one and get it. It's already been selling pretty well today, given my role, given my run here at this point. So we'll go with a 3-pack today. Don't have anything up yet for these mid-afternoon games. I found them very, very difficult, even for me, a guy with high volume, feeling just a little trepidation today on the Major League card. We're in action right now. Colorado and Pittsburgh. I'm in on the under in this one. Even this one's feeling a little bit nervous. 4-3, bottom of the 8th inning. Colorado on top. Mindy and I scored already, though, Tony, with Eduardo. Man, Eduardo is really, he's been such a bright spot for the Tigers. They beat Cleveland just now 5-0, and Mindy and I with a winner there to start things off. So we're together in other plays today with our premium consensus, so it's not like we're without any pretty solid picks here between Mindy and I on our morning steam account. We definitely came to a consensus, so maybe that's why I'm just having a little bit of trouble finding a few of my own. We finally clicked there after I kind of missed on some of her plays over a couple of days. She might be giving me the business a little bit, the way I missed on a few of her recommendations. So we'll get them today for sure. I feel pretty good now, given our premium consensus from our morning steam show, Mindy Hahn and I. But let's focus in on this 3-pack, pick it up over at Tony'sPicks.com. And hopefully the season doesn't end for some of these teams, but man, to see the Heat right now with their 3-1 lead, and the Lakers with that lead, and we'll be down soon into the conference finals. And we'll see if those teams can make it through. I told Mindy today on the show, man, Tony, that no doubt Spo has to be recognized for what he's doing with this Miami Heat team. And I would think that right now he has to be considered, the top coach going. I know that, you can, Budenholzer was fired. He would have been one of the best coaches around. So it's just interesting that the way it's unfolded there for some of these teams, and Spoelstra's taken a team where he's basically lost his backcourt, and he still has been able to put it together and get them in position as an 8 seed to head into the conference finals. And to see the Lakers also this close after revamping their roster late in the season, you got to give credit to their general manager for doing the job that he did. A guy that certainly was almost a laughing stock of the league because of the way the Lakers have constructed their roster, which really has been out of necessity more than because of the money situation. But they found a way to add some guys that have made a big, big difference to that roster. So I'm involved tonight in the NBA and one of the games in the NHL with the premium picks. So 3-pack tonight, $30, Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout.
That's right, guys. Got over with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. Put those numbers up again for you right now. Ramon, 7,233 units of profit for 2023. There's all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. Top unit producer right now. I will say in the industry, based on 100-unit wagers, you're not going to find performance like this. You can verify those numbers. Go to Ramon's handicapper page. Go down to pick history. You can see every play documented. So tonight, as Ramon says, he's got plays up there for you right now in a 3-pack. Right now, Wednesday playoff 3-pack to NBA. One on the ice. So get on board there. Or instead, you may consider the longer term passes. There's a 3-7 monthly pass up there. You may consider the monthly pass when Ramon's running. Get all Ramon's premium plays here for 30 days. That's all the baseball playoffs. All the baseball for 30 days, all the NBA, NHL playoffs. This will get you well into the finals of each sport there. As remember, the NBA finals begins on June 1st, so we'll be well through that NBA finals and NHL finals as well. Also, Ramon in action with those peripheral sports in tennis, soccer, as well as UFC on UFC weekends. So there you'll also get some more action from Ramon. We'll also dip into some WNBA as well. So a good time to get on board with Ramon on a 1-month all sports pass. Remember that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off on any of the packages up there. We'll do the math on this one. You'll save $66 when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. You'll land right on Ramon's page and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks. Ramon, more content there from you, also with picks, as well as letting people know about the service you have. And of course, we can find the Morning Steam. Back on another week of the Morning Steam today. Remember, the show runs Wednesdays through Monday. Another show there in the archive, and of course, some more content on Discord.
Yep, and we did have a couple of plays in tennis so far in the Italian Open. That's maybe where the other focus is to pick up some of these winners, Tony, is the clay court well underway, and we rolled a couple of winners already today, and we're in action right now if you want to sweat along with another one with Ramon. In fact, this one is early enough that it's a premium, and they're in the first set at 1-1. I've got Kalinskaya over Yastremska. So if anybody's looking for a little live action from the Italian Open, you can pretty much get this one at probably the same price I have. Looks like everything's current and on serve, and it's a near pick'em. So Kalinskaya today, right now, against Yastremska. If you're interested, maybe a little freebie there, if you will, free premium, test me out. You can get on it live. Everything's on serve to the second anyway. Can't say what happened by the time you get to the screen. In tennis, one game can sway the whole thing in tennis, but the odds are even there right now to what I gave out pretty much on the show. In fact, a bargain really, because the money came in against me actually, so I feel pretty good about it actually. Also, Tony, yeah, we'll be back with more Morning Steam tomorrow. Mindy and I will have the show 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Central. We'll go over live free sports picks on the show, and I'll bring up some Twitter content later tonight. Maybe I can find one of these baseball games to put in there. I'm not done yet, but just we saw the pitching situation with the Braves. They and now made another change, it looks like. So I haven't been able to keep up as far as what's going to happen there. Might have to relook at that game a little bit. And with the heavy day card, just maybe just backing off. That's no problem, you guys. Don't be afraid to do it. Obviously, some of our cappers picking their spots as well, and maybe that's what I got going today. But we'll be back tomorrow, Tony, with more Morning Steam. Try to keep this roll going and put up winners here at Tony'sPicks.com. Don't just check me out. Look at those other guys, too. Some of those guys have percentage just as good as I do. I just deal in the higher volume, the man of the people. Get everybody involved. Let's build this bankroll a little bit reasonably. And you can be hanging with the high rollers, with the sharps, if you will. I wasn't afraid to go against them in a few spots today, though, for sure, Tony. And maybe I'm being a little bit contrarian as well today with some of the picks that I had on the Morning Steam. But got a pretty good show this morning with Mindy and I, and we put a profitable card yesterday, so I think we could do so again today. But we'll see, Tony. See how what happens. The Warriors at home against the Lakers. Lakers surely would like to close them out, but we know Golden State's been pretty tough. But I think that's the focus tonight as these games heat up. Hard to believe we're down to road teams ahead 3-1 here in the series tonight.
That's right, guys. Check out Ramon over at Tony's Picks Ramon. That's the Twitter account. Of course, more content over on the Discord. That's where the conversation continues. Just follow the link there, the live chat. You'll get there. Of course, Morning Steam, another show in the books. Check the archive. All pro coverage there, and your NHL picks there on that segment as well on the Morning Steam. Right, Ramon, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thank you, as always, Tony. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Ron Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, with you on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, set notifications, be live with us, get the plays in real time, get the best numbers from our cappers here on the show. Let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. It is now time for my play. Let's get the pick up here right now. I think we're ready to roll here. We'll get my full screen up here. Always got to remember where these are. Here we go. Nationals and Giants starting here in just about a little more than 12, about 20 minutes away here. We see the big line here. Giants here minus 156. The total sits here at 9 runs. And in this game, I'm going to be here on this underdog here on this Nationals team. With Josiah Gray on the mound against Manaea. We're going to go here in this one with the Nationals here plus 144 in this one. Josiah Gray will get the start. Gray has kind of turned around his career, right? He was once a Dodger prospect, had a few starts, got traded over to Washington, and had some really struggles here, but seems to be getting together this year. An ERA of 3, whip of 1.34, 22% strikeouts, cut the walks down, the ground balls 40%, and he has been hurt by the home run in his career, but just 1.16 this year per 9 innings. And of course, Manaea is on the mound here for San Francisco. It's been struggles for Manaea the past several seasons here. He does have an ERA over 7, but he got pounded in Mexico City, so some of those numbers a bit skewed, but still has struggled. His strikeouts are there at 25%, but again, he gets hurt with those walks. The home runs, again, 2.31 per 9 innings. Remember, he did have a start in Mexico City. But here is the fact is the Nationals are pounding left-handers, and the team record behind Manaea just 8-13 against losing teams. And San Francisco is still averaging less than 4 runs a game at home, 3.7 runs per game at home. And believe it or not, the Nationals bullpens for the season is outperforming the Giants. So we'll go ahead and take the Nationals here at that big plus price at plus 144. All right, guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com today. I have action for you right now over in Major League Baseball as well as NBA. So we'll look at what I've got going on right now. I've got premium plays here from... let me refresh this one here. We'll show you what I got here. I got a best bet. It's already went off. So I got 3-pack up there with Major League Baseball and 2 NBA on my 3-pack. So go ahead and get signed up. Remember the promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can also look for my long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. Just select. You go over to my handicapper page and you make that purchase. And don't forget that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. You can access my page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and you'll land right on my page. Go ahead and get signed up. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Before we recap the plays for today's show, I just want to go ahead and let's just get an update here on some of the scores for today. Let's bring up the scoreboard for today's action. All right, we got it here with the Rockies in progress now, holding that 4-3 lead. Right now, top of the 9th inning, Rockies at the plate here as they just start the top of the 9th as we speak. 4-3. Pirates got up to an early, but Rich Hill coughed up the lead, was upset, was yanked in the 4th inning, was cursing, was angry, and left the game. So the Rockies pushed one across after they got to Hill and tied up 4-3 right now. Also, the Pirates had a runner thrown out at the plate. The potential tying run, which would have screwed the under players, but they were able to make that defensive play and throw out a Pirate sliding home. This one right now, 4-3, Rockies up here, batting right now, top of the 9th inning. All right, we look at Athletics, Yankees just pounding, continue the pounding on this Athletics team. All 3 wins so far in this series are look like they're going to cover the run line. 11-3 here. The Yankees just pounded this Athletic. Again, you get to this bullpen here, and this is why, again, this was one of my plays. This was my best bet of the day today was that Yankees, again, just riding their run line. I knew the starters were shaky when it comes down to the back end of the game. the Athletics bullpen sucks and the Yankees bullpen's good. So I just washed out. I just handicapped this game based on relief pitching. I mean, very simple. That's what I've been doing this whole series, is basic on relief pitching. The Athletics, it's pretty much a 4-run difference in ERA between the Athletics and Yankees, and I've been playing the Yankees run line in this game. Also helps the judges in this series as well. So it's been premiums on all three for me with Yankees run line in this series. Also, we'll take a look here with the Tigers and Guardians that we mentioned earlier. Another win for the Tigers. 5-0. This Guardians, boy, Francona is trying to search for answers for this Guardians offense. Also, the pitching slipping a little bit. And they've also, remember, McKenzie's been hurt. I've had some issues there, but again, and of course with Bieber again trying to get his strikeout numbers up as well. But again, 5-0. Tigers continue to win here and showing some great improvement to start this season. Actually, kind of reminiscent of their 2021 season, and they had that big step down last season. So it looks for some positive things here happen for this Detroit Tiger team. Dodgers and Brewers, boy, the Dodgers just been pounding the Brewers. A lot of home runs in this game, 8-1. Who says Dodgers can't hit lefties? They hit them today, 8-1. This game just got over, I believe, right now here in the 7th inning. The Dodgers push across another one. It was 7-1 heading into this inning. And Outman, it looked like he led off with a double. They might have got him home. I didn't see that part. But anyway, 8-1 here. Dodgers ahead of the Brewers. And, of course, we're getting ready for the start time here. Marlins and D-backs starting here in just about 10 minutes. D-backs minus 139 in this one. The total sits here at 8.5. Still on the mound here in this game. Let's see the pitching matchups. Cabrera and Merrill Kelly still scheduled to start. And, of course, we've got the Rangers and Mariners getting ready to go here. Mariners shaking up their lineup a little bit today as I was watching some of the pregame show for today. Of course, the Mariners trying to do something to stir up a lineup that's really struggling hitting the baseball at home. It's been put up some pretty brutal numbers. Today it's going to be Dane Dunning on the mound against Castillo. They're going to give, they got away with it. Remember, Dunning is in the bullpen because he had horrible road splits as a starter. So Dunning, they gave him that start against the Angels, and he performed well in that spot. 5 innings of shutout baseball, so they're going to roll the dice and see if Dunning can shake off his horrible performances on the road, and maybe he can put together back-to-back good road performances. His spot starter here in this spot for DeGrom. So Dunning here against Castillo. We see the big line here, Mariners minus 186, and a little bit of changing the lineup a little bit, trying to get some offense there in Seattle. Also coming up here, as we mentioned here, Nationals and the Giants here. Giants sitting at minus 155, total of 9. And then we get into the primetime baseball here as well. Actually, no, this one here is top of the hour. Blue Jays and Phillies. Phillies minus 109, total sits here at 8. The pitching matchups here will be Gosman for the Blue Jays, Wheeler here for the Phillies in this one. And you can see a close line here. Phillies, the short favorite. And, of course, then we get into the game, again, top of the hour as well. We have more afternoon baseball here as Houston takes on the Angels. It'll be Christian Javier, the right-hander, on the mound here for Houston. Griffin Canning will start here for the Angels here. We see the Astros minus 120. Mild temperatures here in Southern California. We haven't really got that really hot spring. We're looking here, temperatures in the mid-60s, wind blowing out, 67 degrees around game time for this one, Angels and Astros. And then, of course, we continue here with the Rays and Orioles in a few hours from now. Tirone is still showing the primary pitcher. Creamer, the right-hander, will be the starter here for the Orioles. Rays short favorites in this one. Total sits here at 9.5 runs. Mets and Reds, they will play this afternoon. Justin Verlander, 6:40 Eastern start time against Hunter Green. Hunter Green's put up some really good numbers this year, and the Mets have had their struggles. Verlander had a tough outing to begin. His first outing with the Mets didn't go very well. Mets minus 155, total 9.5. And then Red Sox and Braves, we finally got numbers here in this one. Total as well. Bayo will be the starter here for Boston. Bayo has been roughed up in his career as a starter. And Colin McHugh looks to be the primary pitcher, so they're kind of going back and forth. I thought we were going to get a call-up to start this game. I think it was Schuster was the pitcher, but let me see what we get some more information. Maybe they're going to go with an opener here, Atlanta Braves. We'll see what the status is here in this pitching matchup. I thought it was going to be Schuster, but it looks like McHugh comes off the injured list. He's been out since early April with shoulder inflammation, and he'll slide up into a role here, a pretty much setup role, but it looks like he's going to be pretty much the primary pitcher here. And I thought Schuster was the one that was called up for this spot. Maybe Schuster's going to be the opener. We're still trying to figure out the news. So you might want to check out late to see who the opener is in this game. I thought, let's see here, let's see if they have Schuster on the roster yet, because I know. Look at the injuries here for Atlanta. Fried, Wright, Ellard, and Ynoa on the injured list right now here for the Atlanta Braves. So they got 4 of their starting 7 on the injured list right now. So they're dealing with some injuries right now. I thought there was a minor leaguer that was coming up here. I thought it was Jared Schuster. Let me see what they say about Schuster here, because he was projected to be the starter here. Let's see if they're just going to mix him into the bullpen rotation, because that was the thought. He's the top prospect right now for the Braves. Starters for their prospects here. Top prospect draft in the first round of 2020 out of Wake Forest, and they pushed him up quickly, right? Let's see here. It was actually, they're still thinking that may be Dodd, it may be Schuster. So the Braves are a little not unsure yet who they're going to go with in their opener role. Schuster is in the mix. So is Dodd, another prospect that's in there trying to fill a role because of all the injuries going on with this Atlanta Braves bullpen. You wouldn't think they have injuries. The way they've been winning games has been impressive. This Braves start for this season. Of course, also set to go here will be White Sox and Royals. Ramon talked about this one. Went minus 135 on the White Sox. Total 9.5. Lynn trying to get right against Keller. And the Cardinals and Cubs will go at it head-to-head. Montgomery and Steele. The Cardinals took the first 2 in this series. Now the Cubs falling 2 games below 500 in this one. As we see the Cardinals now favored. The Cubs overnight were the favorite, right? The Cubs were overnight the favorite. And now we move to a new favorite here. Cardinals minus 112. Total 7.5. And I guess people are just riding the wave here, riding this Cardinals win streak. Hey, we move Whistle and Contreras, no longer catching. Maybe that was the issue, but we'll see how this rolls here. Cardinals and Cubs here tonight. And of course, we will close it out with the Padres and the Twins. And this one had bad weather forecast, but it looks like they're going to get this one in. It looks like we're having a 79-degree weather day here, so it might be warming up there in Minnesota. Seth Lugo on the hill, Pablo Lopez to start here from Minnesota, and we can see here the Twins are favored here at minus 123. All right, let's get to the recap for today's show. Of course, Ramon and Mindy was off for today, so we'll go ahead and recap the plays for today's show. We started off with Ramon. He liked the Royals here, plus 125 against the White Sox. And I was on the Nationals, plus 144 against the Giants. All right, that's going to do it here for our show, guys. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Be live with us. Get the plays in real time. Get the best numbers with the picks we give you here on the show. All right, that's going to do it for our show today, Game Day Picks. We'll go ahead and bring in Ramon right now for you. We're going to go ahead and wave goodbye to you guys.